Good morning! Good morning, everybody. I've just been sitting here early. I was early today, and I've just been goofing off this whole time. If you go to my Instagram, you will see what I've been up to. Been up to no good. I've been playing with the Google Hangout effects on here. And they are so fun. Okay, I need to tweet my link. I've already got that ready. Booyah, Grandma. Okay. There we go. I think we may be happening. So my name is Emily, and I called the product I reviewed yesterday, by the wrong name. And I apologize. I think I'm just going to call it Magma. It's the Manga Mascara, which I did not even give a second look to because I was so sure that said Magna. But it doesn't. It says Manga. But it was like, I didn't even stop to think about it. I was so sure that this was Magna. And I understand the purpose. I understand the doll-eyed, kind of Japanese character type of effect, and all that. It didn't change my review any, but I mean, it's funny because I'll get way more comments on a video like that just for the fact that I misspoke, and then a video where I don't misspeak. I'm very, very grateful for the comments always, but it's just funny how people latch on to that little stuff. And I apologized. It was one of those, like, kicking myself, more frustrated at myself than probably anyone else is frustrated at me. I don't like to screw up stuff like that, But I already had published the video, and I literally did not know that I messed it up until the first person told me in the comments. And then I'm like, oh, no way, it is Manga. And so then I felt really silly, but I was like, I can't really take this down now, Got my whole review out there. If I try to reshoot it, I might just mess it up again. And a bunch of people have told me, yeah, Melissa, pregnancy brain, but I really think I would have screwed that up any day of the week, any month of the year. Like, it just didn't even occur to me. But, oh, Holly's here. I met Holly at IMATS in LA. Hi, Holly. Check out her channel, everybody. It's Holly Eats Lipstick is her channel name, commenting under the video. But anyway, I apologize if that threw anybody off big time, but my opinions remain the same on the product. Did I show you what the funny pictures were that I took? If you haven't checked Instagram, there's all these crazy effects, and I'm not going to mess with them now that I'm doing this live because this technology can be so touchy. But before I started, look at all these funny faces you can put on yourself. The dog mask, the devil horns, the pirate, the some kind of cockatoo. Tweet chat. Hi, Stacy. I love your makeup today. Can we talk about that soon? Sure. I'm so excited about the palette I used, but I don't think the color's coming through real well. Shay is here. Desiree. Thank you for joining over there. And then we've got Miranda, Tara, Brittany, Mariah. Oh, Mariah's got a doctor appointment. She's discussing surgery, so she asks everyone, please pray as we are making a decision today. So I may have to bow out a little early, she says, but I'll be watching from my phone on the way to the appointment. Love you, girl. Oh, thank you. Love you, too. Thank you so much for even taking time to bop in. And we will be thinking about you. And Kaylee Sue's here, and Sophie is here from Bulgaria. Rebecca's here. But good morning, y'all, she says. And Cheryl's here. Finally graduated college last week, and she can officially watch live. Woo! Amanda's here. Our makeup girl. She's been MIA for so long and was missing BB Live on Thursday mornings. So she's back. We reeled her back in. And she's in Kentucky, so she's not too far from me. Yay! Samil it's the first time she can watch live. And Mia was here before it started. Goodness gracious. Is everybody on the ball today? Good morning, PJ Mommy. I missed you too. Sweet Nina Beans here from Washington State. Wendy's here. Kaylee. We have several Kayleys, all with different spellings today, I believe. Hi, Francie. Francie's cleaning the kitchen while she listens. Kristen's here. Oh, Chelsea's here, and she's in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. That's also close. Well, thank you for joining. Awesome. Ms. Kristen's here. Everybody. Oh, Christina's here. She's a first-time watcher, but she thinks she's seen all the videos. Dang, even my old ones. Oh, wow. You're dedicated. I appreciate that very much. And we got some breakfast eaters and some makeup doers. All right. Nice. Well, if you're new to this, basically what I do, I'm seeing your comments underneath the video. I'm also seeing comments at the tweet chat link that I put out on Twitter and Facebook. And I take any of the questions, and one rule, I think we make this an official Beauty Broadcast Live rule, one rule is that nobody, including myself, gets offended. If I miss a comment, I'm really bound to miss a comment, because a lot of times they come in chunks, in waves, and as I'm answering one thing, I'm missing something else. So just, you know, it's not a perfect process, but it's a really cool way that we can try to interact and do it live, unedited, uncut. So I hope you enjoy it if you're here for the first time, and if you're here for the I don't know, 30th time. I'm really, really glad you keep coming back. And Salamanda's here, and Raina. Really good quality today. Nice. I'm glad it's good quality. Quality. Oh, of course. Holly, I can't forget your face. You had that beautiful lipstick on. She had this perfect skin. Yep. I'm very visual, so I will remember faces. Thanks, Paige. It's 4 p.m. in Luxembourg. So we got people watching when it's nighttime. We got people watching in the afternoon. Thank you. I went a little dramatic today. And I'll just tell you right off the bat what palette I decided to pull out. And it kind of makes me think I want to do a rediscovered favorites type of video, or rediscovered palettes, because I said today I am going to just pull out a palette that I have not used in months. And this is the Kat Von D Poetica palette. Don't you love this packaging? I love that metal. And then mirror, and as you look at this, especially if you see it in person, it looks like two distinct color families are in here, your purples and whoops, and your browns and kind of warm tones. And what I did today was I actually combined them. I am obsessed lately with combining purples and peachy type tones. Is this ringing a bell for anybody from the, wait for it, where is it, Happy Place? Happy Place is kind of like the toned down, little bit toned down version of this, because it's got the peach and the plum, but it's closer to being neutral. And here, like the coppery shade's a little brighter, and the purples are kind of bright, but they do blend beautifully, and then there's a nice black eyeliner in there. So that's something. And then I also, I mean, Isn't it funny how you fall into patterns of using the same kind of colors? But I got this Forever Nude palette from BH Cosmetics, and by the way, in case anybody was wondering, nobody's asked, but I don't have any kind of deal going with BH Cosmetics. I just ordered this stuff. 2 separate occasions I made orders from their website when I noticed stuff was, well, one time from Outlook, one time from the website, and everything on their website was marked down kind of along the lines of what it was on Outlook. But anyway, I got this, and these shadows are great. This is actually like a really dark plum, and then you've got like kind of rose gold and bronzy colors, so that was what you saw me using in the brush demo video recently. So I'm just drawn to those colors going together. So, oh, Pixie Makeup Geeks here, first time logging in. Hello! Crazy Betty's watching from work. Oh, that's good. The most productive people actually watch from work, I find. I find it's actually been proven that Beauty Broadcast Live increases work productivity by, like, I don't know, 30% or something. I heard that somewhere. Oh, thank you. Wisconsin in the house. Emma's here. Columbia. Oh, good. Mia's still loving that Garnier 5-second blur. I'm wearing that today. Heather's watching from Marion on the treadmill. Holy cow! You may be the person watching who's closest to me right now, Heather. Wow. Well, life has been pretty busy lately on my end because I don't know if you tune into this regularly or if you've maybe caught a pregnancy vlog recently. We are buying a house, selling a house, and obviously when you put your house up for sale, you really have no idea what could happen. Like somebody could snatch it up quickly. It could be on the market for a long time. You just don't know how it's going to pan out. And the way it's panning out for us is that the two are happening as far as us buying a house and us actually having a buyer for this current house. It's happening like simultaneously. Which makes it kind of crazy, but I'm not complaining one bit because it's a good problem to have. You know, you want somebody to want your house sooner than later, and so obviously we didn't paint this room, and somebody came in here and looked at it and liked it, so woohoo! Or they said, no, that's my story. My story that because I have no idea what the people actually said when they came in and looked around. They may have grand plans to flip the whole place, who knows? But but I want it to go down as this was the room that they just fell in love with. And yeah, I was very apprehensive to have somebody come in and just browse the house and just look at my makeup room without me being here to like be a disclaimer of this is what I do. I'm not a hoarder. I just have a ton of makeup. Nobody will understand this except, you know, us special group here. But anyways, fortunately, it was really crazy, and I'm just thrilled that they came in. It was a couple weeks ago. They liked what they saw, but now it kind of creates a lot of busy, you know, dealings, all the little steps you have to go through with the inspections, and then you're going over here and your house is getting inspected. Then you're going over here and you're doing a final walkthrough on the house you're going to buy, and so it's just, and then you got a doctor's appointment. It's been just very full. Our time has, but I'm just very excited that things are rolling and going good, and I will, of course, keep you posted on the latest developments, which more could be happening later this afternoon. So, I'm out of breath. Oh, Salamanda literally schedules appointments around BB Live every week. Miss Linda Webb's here. Hi, Linda. Awesome possum. Oh, Emily's getting a lot done while watching. Excuse me, she's processing bills for work, and this is keeping her company. See? Proven. More productive or productive. More productive. I'm just in a mood right now. I had some leftover pizza for breakfast, and that always just kind of gets me going. Hey, Kristen, Kathy wants to know when you're going to do another live. Let us know. Ms. Jen's here from Indiana, neighbor state. Exactly. And Karen, orange and purple are opposites on the color wheel, so they complement and enhance each other. The real thing said, does your buyer like the pink makeup room? And so I'm just going to go go down saying that, yes, this was what sold it for them. Or they went in and said, all right, this house looked pretty normal up until this point. This may have been the last room they looked at. By the way, I envisioned them maybe going through it. I don't know. How is Baby Broadcast doing today? Kicking up a storm. I tell you, mornings, like really early mornings before I've technically woken up, I have been woken up by her movements. And it's like I can be sitting here. I don't know how I'm going to explain this, but like if I'm sitting down on the couch and I've got my hand here, like she will kick to the point where my arm physically on the outside moves. Like that's where we're at now. Can you believe it? And people have been asking about next pregnancy vlog. Yes, will be coming. Tyler wants to be part of it because it's going to be a big announcement. So that'll be happening, and it needs to happen soon. We wanted to do it this past weekend, but got caught up with a lot of packing. Wait, let me rephrase that. I got caught up with a lot of packing. Tyler got caught up with a lot of golfing. It's all good. Been working hard. But here's the bump. There it is. Oops, my shirt's see-through. We had an appointment yesterday. It was the 24-week, so not a lot happened, really. This may be different depending on maybe you've got different doctors and different policies at hospitals, but this was the week or the month appointment set aside to meet the backup doctor, I guess. You know, if my current doctor isn't available at the time that I'm going to be giving birth, I meet the other one. And he was hilarious, and we laughed a lot, and he said the baby sounded great. We just listened to it on the Doppler thing, and coming through loud and clear. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Oh, by the way, can I show you guys something? Let me show you this. For Mother's Day, Tyler surprised me with a neat little thing. It's called the Bella Beat, and it's a little thing that I can put on my stomach and hear the heartbeat. It's kind of like a little at-home Doppler, but you can plug it into your phone, and you have an app that will record the heartbeat, like tell you what it is. And it also will track different movements. If you wanted to leave that on your stomach, it would track kicks and stuff. But I recorded the heartbeat from a week or so ago, and I can actually share that with you guys. Can you hear that? Let me know if you heard that. I recorded like 30 seconds of like little but that's really cool. It's so cool to have that at home, and then I can be like, you know, get it out, listen to it whenever I want. You're like, you still in there? You haven't moved in a while. Yep. Oh, Jesse's homesick today. Get well soon. Kathy got the Romantic Eyes palette. Woohoo! She loves it. Ooh, Holly eats lipstick. She's tried the Sonia Kashuk Shine Luxe Sheer lip colors and fell in love with them. I am so glad you like those. Aren't they just an unusual lipstick? because it's really the finish of a gloss. I mean, they're kind of amazing. They're not always the most bold, you know, but they really have a shine. Do you have a lipstick the color of your room? Oh, I've probably got lots the color of this room. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is this shade. I love this shade, but I'm probably not going to repaint it the exactly same shade for the purposes of, you know, wanting something different. Yeah, you heard it. Yay! Awesome. I'm glad that worked. Oh, thanks, Linda. The name might be the announcement. Thank you. I've been feeling good. Yeah, I have. What have I been feeling of note? Like, not a lot has changed, honestly, since the last time I sat down and did a vlog and talked about symptoms and cravings and etc. You know, nothing really notable has been happening. My body, I mean, other than my bump growing, which I do notice that just constantly seems like it's getting bigger, but I don't feel any different right now from recently. So feeling very good about that. Oh, I've missed some stuff here. Salamanda says, good news, y'all. Got my job last week. Yay! Bittersweet because I won't be able to catch BB Live as much. But yay, working for a nonprofit company helping people across the United States. So exciting. Well, good for you. That's awesome. And you never know. I may be, you know, adjusting the times here and there because I got really good feedback when I did this on a random Saturday morning. So many people caught it who can't normally catch it, so I can adjust as well. Any foods you've been craving besides the Panera soup? Still love popcorn a lot and peanut M&Ms recently. Yes. You know, they're making giant ones now. What are they called? I don't know what they're called. Magna? No, just kidding. But they're big, and there's more chocolate, and allegedly the peanuts are bigger. And I was like, wait, you made the peanuts bigger? But I think they did. Peanuts are big. How do you keep track of all the makeup? Organization. Organize as best you can. Not every space allows for like maybe your ideal organization, but the more you can separate things out, I think the better, because it's so easy if you've just got things split up in a very few different ways and you've got some big tub just holding everything. Stuff's going to go to the bottom and you're going to forget about it. So smaller drawers, I mean, this kind of storage is not expensive, but, and I mean, it's also probably not the coolest looking storage either. Remember that time I tried to bling it out? I've still got some bling on some of these back here. I put like pearls and rhinestones. I hot glued it. Yeah. Cool, not cool, I'm not sure. But those kinds of drawers are available like everywhere, and it's really nice to keep things in kind of those shallow type drawers, keep it all separated. I'm going to be switching over to some Alex drawer storage, which I think will allow me to separate things out even more. Tyler and I are going to be in an assembly mode at some point here soon, and I don't know. I hope I hope we don't get too angry with each other over it, because I'm going to try to do some assembly myself. Normally he kind of takes the reins with some of that. Okay, newest first. I'm looking at the comments, but the newest first that it's showing me are not the newest. Uh-oh. Yeah, hang in there with me for a second. Yeah, it's not. not giving me the new stuff there. I will do face of the day. Yes. Stacy got the Too Faced chocolate bar palette on Sunday, and she's loving it. Linda's been craving black walnuts for me. Nice, nice. I've been eating a lot of almonds lately, too. Elf changed the small stipple brush. It's flimsy as heck now. What? Are you kidding me? I don't even know what to say. That stinks. Can we like, I don't know, fast track my reviews on their brushes to somebody in power? I don't know. They just had Rascal Flatts on the Today Show, so their song is going through my head now. What the what? Okay, I'm gonna try to refresh this. I'm sorry if I'm missing some stuff right now. I know I am, because I go to newest comments and it shows me older comments. It shows me comments from 15 or so minutes ago. So well, I will just go off of what I see here and answer anything I haven't answered yet. Am I moving to the same? Yeah, I'll be in the same town. Same town, different house. Hello from Norway. Well, dang. Is anybody else's comments kind of going like that? Lip color, yeah, real quickly, the lip color I'm wearing is the Maple Blondie Butter Gloss. It's like a peach color, a little bit of pink in it. Elle's here. Hi, everyone. She says, I'm late, but hi. Elle, just go to the secretary's office and get you a tardy slip, and we'll let you in. Oh, okay. Here we go. They're working now. Did you take any precautions with Cupcake in your pregnancy, like not sleeping with her? She doesn't normally sleep in bed with us too much anyway, but I'd say the big precaution was not changing her litter box anymore. That was one of the first things everybody said. I think I was told that even before pregnancy, that pregnant women are not to be changing litter boxes. So I don't do that. I'll lay with her and stuff on the couch, but other than the litter thing, I mean, everything's been kind of like normal. Bye, Megan. Megan's going to head to work now. Can we expect to see some home decor videos in the future? Yeah, I want to show some transformation stuff. I want to get in there. I'm hoping to do it this weekend, hopefully, and get some video of rooms and stuff, because there's going to be some painting that happens. I'm not doing the painting. We're having somebody come in and paint, but I thought it would be cool to show where it started and then what it turned into. I love stuff like that myself. I love to see start to finish, before and after, and then just maybe like make a little thing about the different rooms. Like, here's nursery and you know, the phases of that. Here's makeup room and where that went. Here's, you know, outdoor areas and this and that. I'll be in the USA in July, and I don't know what makeup products to get. I know nothing about American drugstore brands like Wet n Wild, CoverGirl, and high-end brands like It Cosmetics, Lorac, Tarte. Well, Mara, you're just going to need to binge watch my makeup channel for a while. Well, a good kind of thing that might be helpful for you, Mara, is to go back to my Emily Awards videos, just because there I do point out some of the things that I consider to be the best of the best, high-end and drugstore. So it would help you get a little more familiar with a lot of different things, and you could watch what you're interested in. You could watch just the face part, or the eyes, or the lips, or the finale, which is brushes, tools, and all that sort of thing. So that would be one direction I would point you. But if you're just wanting some overall advice here, Wet n Wild, check out Wet n Wild. Get some blushes, get some eyeshadows. I mean, it's really affordable stuff, but such good quality, such good pigmentation. You're going to have it for a while. Like, you're not going to be able to use that up quickly. So blushes and eyeshadows, Wet n Wild for sure. Check out, what other brand did you say you didn't know about? It Cosmetics, Lorac, Tarte. Yeah, all those have their high points. The Lorac Pro palette, if you're wanting a palette and you're wanting something extremely basic, do we get on Lorac Pro every time I do this BB Live? I feel like I talk about it all the time, but it's such a good palette for both matte and shimmer basics. No matter what you currently own in your collection, I think you'll find those shades fitting in some way or another. Like, you need that matte black, it's in there. You need a champagne type highlight, you've got that. Something like a rusty burgundy shade, that's in there. So yeah, I would say Lorac Pro would be a high-end item that I would highly, highly recommend, especially even if you don't have a lot of eyeshadows, that would be a really nice thing to have. How often do you spring clean your collection? Good question. Sometimes you don't know what to toss, what to keep. It's overwhelming. Yeah, she says I have quite the personal collection of makeup too. So I go through, how often do I actually really dig into my drawers and take stuff out? And I would say on a monthly basis I really have gotten into this. And it does two things. It helps me remember the things that I should be using that I haven't been reaching for. It helps me weed out what I am, what is old, what I'm no longer using, stuff like that. I find that I get a lot of like limited edition type things that aren't necessarily really relevant to my videos moving forward. So if there's something like that that's not, incredibly special, I may share that family and friends. If there's something, I'm not saying I want to load off my junk on them, but that's not what that is. I don't consider it to be that, but I'm just saying something that it's frustrating when I talk about something in a video that nobody can get their hands on anymore. So when it's that kind of a thing, if I can share that with somebody, I'll do it. But if you've got like those sentimental items, I know what you're talking about there, like something very personal to you, something that was like a product you loved, but maybe it's been around way too long, it's really old, you won't actually use it. I have a small bag in my closet that I just keep the things that have been like, over the years, some stuff that is just like an all-star to me. Like old Milani singles back when they were like the little round ones. I put those in there. Just things that I don't want to part with, but yet I don't need it taking up space in my immediate storage area. So that may be one more category. I think you just kind of start going through and you start making piles. Here's what I can give to somebody, and not be worried about contamination and stuff like that. Like, that's why I like to give things to my mom, my sister, and stuff, because I don't, they're not concerned about me having used it, and I worry about passing off used stuff to other people. Sometimes just get a little paranoid that, what if something I used and then they made them break out, made them have a horrible rash, I don't know. I'm supposed to be doing a history research report right now. Uh-oh. Is it a topic we can help you with? Makeup for the day. Yes, I will share, but I will check the tweet chat here. Still using your La Femme blush from your sister? Yes! I'm glad you brought that up, Elle, because just the other day I was using one of the shades, the Coral. Crazy bright! Crazy bright, y'all. This is so bright. Brighter than it even looks on here. But beautiful. Love it. My favorite one that I have from La Femme. Oh, Stacy tweeted out a playlist of the Emily Awards. Thank you, dear. Linda is totally loving the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. Oh, awesome! I am so glad you enjoy that, Linda. I mean, that palette, variety, texture. What else can we say? It's wonderful. It's matte. Raina says, "What kind of hair dryer do you use?" I have an old pink Revlon hair dryer, and I need to replace it. So I guess I'm in your same boat, Raina, needing a new one. Yep. Do smells make you feel sick? Smells here and there, it's gotten a little bit less of a problem, but I remember right off the bat with the pregnancy, feeding Cupcake her cat food would like make me go like gag when I would smell it, so I'd start, maybe I've just gotten better at holding my breath while I feed her, but it doesn't really make me feel queasy. It's just like it causes a quick reaction, a quick gag reflex, but it's not anything that makes me sit around and feel sick, so that's good. I know some people have been very affected by the sense of things. So I'll go through the face of the day. Jennifer Ann Fox says she's seen a big pause in the comments right now. So yeah, I've been refreshing as well as going between, kind of toggling between the top comments and newest first, seeing what works. Oh, Kristen was here, had to leave, but she's back. She says, I'm sure my comings and goings are super important to the flow of BB Live. They are. We want to know where you're at, Kristen. If you're leaving, you better be telling us first. Okay, face of the day, and then I'll get to some more questions. I'm wearing my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Love it. Live it. Can't do without it. My under eye corrector today, using my Pixie Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach. Great corrective type under eye product. I hadn't picked this up in a while. I've been using some erase paste, but I love this. So I used that, and then for a little added brightening all over the face, I used my Instant Age Rewind in Fair, and I'm getting down there. Yeah, I'm using that up. Putting it away too. Okay, I got a fabulous tweet, and I want to give credit where credit is due to who tweeted me this. I know the name, but I don't know, I can't remember if there's numbers by it also. Hang in there with me. I just got to scroll back a little bit. I just saw it this morning. Okay, yeah, it's DP Dreamer. She said, because I know you'll love this, and this is from Musings of a Muse, the blog. Musings of a Muse is the blog. And the blog post was saying how Wet n Wild's Brulee does the same thing, has the same effect, same look as Bare Minerals Well Rested. I know, Well Rested ain't cheap. This is 99 cents. It's like a creamy off-white powder, and the texture's really nice. You know, these are some of the really nicely textured Wet n Wild shadows. And it's so creamy and good, and so I used that as my under eye setting powder today. Somebody with deep skin could not probably get away with this. But, oh, Bank, are you saying hi? Hi, sweetie. You want to join? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, time out. What you doing? I thought you were going to sit back there. Okay. Do you want to sit? You can come sit here. You ready? No? Okay. Anyway, worked for me. I completely see the correlation between those two products and why Musings of a Muse would say that it is similar. So, cool, very cool. I did not come up with that. That was Musings of a Muse. And it's kind of also a little bit similar to the Laura Geller Baked French Vanilla. This has a little more satin finish to it, but pretty cool, huh? So I used that. I used my IT Cosmetics Celebration Illumination Foundation just really lightly over the top of everything. I used my Essence Sun Club Bronzer in 02 Sunny for a little contour action. What happened next? I used this Tarte blush in Captivating. This is like a newer shade that they came out with for summer. It's a matte peach. So that's on the cheeks. A little bit of Laura Geller Baked French Vanilla as the highlight. I mentioned the eyes earlier were the Kat Von D Poetica palette. And not to blind you, let me see here. Basically what's happening with this look is I took this purple, camera's not doing it justice, there we go. A little brighter. It's got like an iridescent, almost bluish tone to it as well. I took this light shade inner corner. Then I took this all over the lid. I took this really deep brown outer corner, blended that up some, and then, oh yeah, I took this right here, this coppery, peachy gorgeousness, and went around the border. I also took that under the eye. I took this black liner that comes in here, which is just black as night, depending on where you live. Black as night in the country. And I put that on my inner rim there. And gosh, haven't been using this. Why have I not been using this? This is a wonderful, pretty palette. Interesting color combination, inspirations in there, because you could keep it very neutral, leave out purple altogether, or leave out the browns, but it's great. Baker, you just gonna sit there behind the camera? You just gonna sit there? You can sit behind me in my chair. Got a little liquid liner on top. I keep using this NYX 2-timer because I'm wondering, when is this going to run out? When is this felt tip pen going to dry up? It has not dried up yet. I've used it a lot, so I'm just pedal to the metal on that one. I want to see when that finally croaks. And then I've got my Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara, some Red Cherry number 43s. The lip gloss is just the Butter Gloss in Maple Blondie, because I wanted, as you may have gathered as I've gone through and talked about this, the accent of this look is all things peachy. Peachy on the blush, the lip, creating some sort of harmony with what's happening here. Because, you know, the purple's kind of the random pop, and so I wanted everything else to kind of, you know, follow a little pattern, if you will. Also, I got a neat little sample size of this from Josie Marin. It's the Rosy Mist. Has anybody tried it? It smells amazing. Oh, so good. So fresh. Love that. Look at that cute little size. That's so neat. So that's my face of the day. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope that was helpful. I apologize that the camera washes a lot of this out, but I did take some pictures of the eye look so I can maybe share them at a later date or on a blog post or something like that. I'm just making sure I took what I thought I took. Nice. Okay. Oh, cupcakes in my bookshelf, which I cleared out a lot of. Let's see. The 360 tour. Do you see her? She's by that pig. It's your world, princess. You just go wherever you need to. Um, Speaking of feeling queasy, Chris says totally hungover, but BB Live keeps my mind off things. I'll stop talking about feeling sick then. Any tips for makeup on graduation day? Long wearing, photographs well, right along the lines of what I would recommend for like wedding type makeup. You know, something kind of classic, something that you're not going to look back on and be like, why did I try that crazy thing? I really stand by the tutorial I did like last year. It was called wedding makeup tutorial plus favorites. What was the exact name? It's gonna drive me nuts. Bridal makeup favorites plus tutorial was the name, and I really, it was long wearing products. It was products that look good in photos, like tried and tested good stuff, and I think a kind of a general eye look that I think complements a lot of eye shapes. So, yep. What was your high school experience like? My high school experience was a great rebound from a not-so-great junior high experience. I attended a small school. I'm going to tell you this, make a real long story short. I say that to start with. I attended a very small school, and my dad was my principal, actually, throughout grade school and up through junior high. I don't attribute that directly to the way I was treated by other kids, because there was one specific incident that absolutely gave some, pardon my French, but gave some bitchy girls a reason to just kind of gang up and funnel their attitude problem towards someone, and I stuck up for this girl who, what was the matter in the situation is not important, but I was really a pretty quiet kid, and then I just kind of couldn't take it anymore, and I stuck up for her, and I said something. I confronted somebody in a locker room, not a physical altercation, but I just said, why don't you just stop, to the people who were bullying her, and from that point on, throughout the duration, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, for several years, I felt like I had a target on my back, kind of. It was like I was their recreational little thing to make fun of. People would say things like, we're not laughing with you, we're laughing at you. Like real mean girl type stuff. And I was by nature, I'm like a happy person. I have a very positive disposition. I don't like to be brooding or upset about things or spend much time at all letting myself be upset about anything. But, that got to me. And if it hadn't been for my mom and my dad and my sister really reinforcing to me that you're good, you don't have a problem. This ain't more about them than it is about you. And, to kind of, if I didn't have them kind of recharging my self-esteem, I think I would have believed some of the, really not nice things that they said to me. And so, anyway, that was my junior high experience. And then I remembered, Mom saying, once you get into high school, it's going to be a different story. You're in the small class, and it's a pretty small class of girls anyway that I was with. But once you get into high school, you're going to have, a new cheerleading squad to be on. You're going to have older kids to be friends with. You're basically going to be in a bigger pool of people, and you're going to be able to really let this just drop off by the wayside. And that was exactly what happened. I felt like I just stopped caring at that point what anybody really thought of me. I was just going to befriend whoever, and just enjoy myself and see it as a fresh start. And that's really what it was. I enjoyed high school a lot because I made friends outside of my little class, and I met kids from, we were together, we were combined with a neighboring school for football and cheerleading and stuff, and that was how I met Tyler. That was how I met a lot of great friends from that other school, including his sister and stuff. So it's just, I mean, sometimes you go through a rough spot, and that rough spot could fall for some people in high school or for some people in college, but for me, it really fell in the junior high years. And I think there's always an opportunity to rebound. There's always a chance for a fresh start to something. And I think you just can't let people who are giving you a hard time or making you feel low and bad about yourself, you can't let them determine your worth. It's almost like they needed someone to fill that role of the punching bag, and you might have fit that role in that point in their life, but you don't have to stay there. So anyway, it gets me kind of emotional when I think back to those days, but it gave me a great deal of empathy moving forward for anybody who's ever felt like everybody kind of turned against them and they didn't have any friends, because I felt like, okay, I've been there, I've come out the other side. I just would have never really expected at that time, a little junior high kid. Here's what I'm trying to say. When you're in it, when you're in the thick of it, you don't get it. You say, why me? You say, ugh, this sucks, I don't understand it. But when you're out on the other side, when you're on like the other end of the rainbow, you know what I'm saying? Then you're like, that gave me something, that gave me some insight. That helped me realize something that I, wouldn't have internalized maybe otherwise. You probably don't have it in your heart to like be a mean person to someone, but it's a new perspective when you've been on that end and you just know exactly how someone who's hurting feels. And I can look back and say, if I had to do it again, sticking up for that girl and making her not feel like she was completely alone in the situation, I'd do it again. So, thank you. The tweet chat's rolling, and I'm not the only one who's dealt with this. Tons of people have. You don't forget it, though. And you know what's funny? I think the people who were responsible kind of do forget sometimes. Or maybe look back on those days as like it wasn't even, which kind of reinforces to me that it wasn't even so much personal against me. It was just they were acting how they were going to act, and my mom always said they're going to grow up soon. She always said that. So it's just really, really important to have someone in your life who is encouraging you. Oh, thank you, guys. Yeah, another person was, Haima was picked on a lot, 7th and 8th grade. High school was way better. Linda said, high school was not great for me, but I loved college, nursing school, and interns and doctors. It was amazing. Yeah, you just kind of fall into it, something, and maybe it's even after college. Maybe you get into that job that just suits you perfectly, and you're like, okay, I'm in my place now. I'm in that place where I feel like, completely comfortable. Are you an Orange is the New Black fan? Yes. Isn't the new season coming out soon? Marina says, I do not miss school. Now I remember how miserable I was a lot of the time. My 10-year reunion, I bet. This year, definitely not going, she says. I have not been to a reunion. but I feel like it hasn't really been organized, like it's just been people who kind of stayed local and went to somebody's house, and I saw pictures of it later on Facebook, kind of thing. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you, ex-Baru. Rebecca Keller says, I was horrendously bullied in junior high and high school. I look back at the people who did it to me now and just feel bad for them. They were miserable in their own lives and had to project it on me. I've had a good life, and it made me a strong person because of the bullying. Gives you a new outlook, Jackie St. Germain says, I saw something that I shared on my Instagram that said, don't try to win over the haters. You're not the jerk whisperer. Yeah. People can be punks, she says. Do you think you could do a makeup tutorial with drugstore products, which are also available in Europe? Love your tutorials. Most of the time, can't get my hands on the products. Okay. I would need just a little more information on what exactly people have access to in Europe. Like I know certain things, but having visited Germany once, I've also realized that like even within a line, like say you have L'Oreal there and we have it here, it'll be like slightly different stuff. Like little different packaging, maybe a different name, maybe not the same shade. So some of it, even the stuff that does kind of cross over, is different, like you said. So it's going to be touchy to try to figure out exactly what you do have. But that's a good question. And if anybody wants to be my little European liaison and tell me what happened, or tell me what you do have, is what I meant to say. I'm reading things and trying to talk. Seem to have wandered into a beauty broadcast live dramatic moment. Yeah, it gets deep every so often, folks. This is what happens. What was it about Tyler that made you know he was who you wanted to marry? Woo! We're keeping it deep. Dang. Okay. Well, he was my friend before he was my boyfriend. And I think that played a big part. I think the whole thing was like, I don't just want to be in a relationship with someone and call him my husband, and that's my husband over there. I want them to be the most special person, like best friend material, the kind of person that you want to hang around with because you just want to hang around with them, not because now I've got this ring on my finger and you're the one I'm attached to. Like I guess I just feel such a love for his personality, his demeanor, his I'm gonna cry. He's got an incredibly kind heart, and I've seen his personality grow. Over the years that we've been in a relationship together, I've seen him become more outgoing than he once was, and I've just seen him come out of his shell, and that's been very interesting to see happen. But bottom line, bare bones, wipe away every anything on the surface. It's what's at someone's absolute core, and I love what he is. I could not craft a person who just makes me just so kind to me, has always treated me with so much care and respect, but there's also something to be said for witnessing that being the way he treats other people too. So just anybody he deals with. I feel like he gives them the utmost respect, and I really appreciate it. Um, you can't fix stupid, says Shay Tucker. Salamanda says, I'm in the minority here, but I really enjoyed school. Maybe because I wasn't involved in the riffraff, I was in the dance studio. That's a good point. I mean, as if we're just talking school and not like crazy friend situations or, lack of friend situations, like I liked my teachers and my classes, and I worked it out my senior year of high school. I worked it out so I had like 2 art classes, 2 art periods. One was actual art class and one was like a free period, and I used it for art, and it was like awesome. But it's all what you make of it, right? Oh, thank you for the Kleenex. Virtual Kleenex, virtual tardy slips. That's how the world goes around here. Jesse says, my favorite quote has always been, there's always someone cooler than you, by Ben Folds. It helped me during rough times because it would remind me that no matter how cool someone thinks they are and how high they think they are on the social ladder, there is always someone cooler out there. It helped me to adopt the attitude of just being myself and loving myself. That's really good. That's really good. Oh, good morning, Stephanie, here in Southern Illinois. Hi. My neck of the woods. No, that's a really good point. And isn't it easy though sometimes, especially when you're in school? Like I remember, I don't know, you don't have the wider world perspective, or even just like the thought of what life is like when you get into college and there's so many more people and there's so many more fish in the sea and that kind of thing and people to be friends with and things to do. But when you're in it, like if you're anybody who's been in that kind of small school environment in elementary school, junior high, high school, it's like that is your big world, and it's hard to get it in your head that, yeah, there's more out there than this, and this really doesn't matter that much in the scope of life, but it's happening now, and it is your life. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? I don't know. I hope those bullies can see you now. Well, you know what? I really think that many of them have moved on to a much better place in life, or a much more mature mindset, because I saw it happening even when I was in high school. By the time I got out of high school, these people who didn't want, now I will say they didn't want anything to do with me in junior high because I was needed for their bullying purposes. I was there to be made fun of, but by the time I got to senior year of high school, those were the same people who were voting me onto their homecoming court, Things change. People do grow up. You will start to see that. I really feel like everybody's got a time that they will grow up. Some people probably takes them longer than high school, college, or even maybe middle-aged years, but I do think it happens for everybody at some point. The Bronx loves Emily and Cupcake. Oh, thank you. What's up? That's so cool. Oh, can we see a baby bump, please? Yes. I'm just gonna stand on my. This is my lovely shorts there that I'm wearing. But there's the bump. It's very round, and She's still ticking in there, kicking and heart beating. Got to hear the heartbeat at the appointment yesterday. That was really awesome because it comes by really strong. When you go to the doctor's Doppler, like I'd been using that little thing, and it's kind of muffled a little bit, you know, it's not perfect, but then you go there and he just like pops the thing on, doesn't even have to look around for it, and it's like what would you say Tyler loves about you? Oh, I don't know. Want me to get him on the phone right now? Tyler, can you step away from your work a minute? I need to hear what you love about me. I don't know. I don't know what I would say or what he would say. Probably, I don't know, maybe sense of humor, because we laugh together a lot. There's a lot of laughing that goes on here. I always wonder, what's the baby thinking when she's hearing me laugh and my stomach's going like, I'm going through a friend transition now where I don't have anyone but my boyfriend that I can trust. He's more of a best friend than anyone has ever been, but I'm learning to be thankful for what I have and not bitter about what I don't have. Oh, well, I'm glad you feel that way. And you know, labels are labels, you know, right? Like, you could say somebody's your boyfriend, but they could very well be the best friend of your life, you know? So that's totally true. You know, your mom, somebody's mom may be their best friend, somebody's grandma, aunt, you know, like we got these family and relationship labels for people, but it's okay for those people to be the people you really, you know, like you said, trust in life. Those are your closest people. It's perfectly fine to have I think a small, what do they call it, inner circle, you know? Have you ever eaten at Lambert's, Stephanie? Yes. Sykeston, the boot heel of Missouri. Do you guys all know what we're talking about, boot heel of Missouri? That little thing? Yeah, I got hit in the face with a roll there. This is a restaurant with this good old comfort food, southern type food, and they throw the rolls to you. And the time I was there, I was like, it had a really awkward moment where I like batted the roll. It's all buttery and hot, and I hit it myself in the face with the roll. Like I bat the roll onto myself. I'm like, I'm greasy. Can you lick the butter off my face over there? The My Lips But Better video. Sarah Stone. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah Stone. Reminder needed. Thank you. Always feel free to remind me of something. If you think you told me something, I said, yeah, it's a good idea, and then you haven't seen it yet, feel free to remind me. What? Cupcake just wants to be part of the action today. She's come in meowing. You want to sit up here already? Here. No? Is it acceptable to have a cat as your best friend? Yes. Yes. Salamanda, you can do that. That works. I am all in favor of animal friendships and best friendships. Oh, Carrie Ann, I do have a P.O. box, yes. By the way, my P.O. box, because of our moving transition right now, there's been stuff from the past couple of weeks that I've kept in its boxes. So in other words, it's organized together and unopened at this point, just because I don't want to get, like, I don't want to get the return address separated from maybe a card or, you know, all that stuff. So I'm keeping it together until I can get through this move and then start going through. I feel like stuff's going to get lost in the process if I start, you know, opening things up or broken or, you know, whatever. Things seem so nicely, like, packed that some of you have sent. So that's why, if you haven't heard back from me in a card yet, that's why. I've been a little bit on hold with just packing over the past few weeks. Yeah, the food is really good at Lambert's. I should have mentioned that. Chicken and dumplings. Bakey! Don't scratch. Does Tyler like the bright lipstick shades you wear? I bought a hot pink Revlon lacquer balm the other day. My hubby hates it. Says it reminds him of Mimi from Drew Carey. Oh, yeah. He doesn't normally have an issue with it. Like he'll sometimes comment, be like, "Wow, that's bright." Maybe that's his code for "Wow." Maybe you should change to something more subtle. But no, I can't stop. I won't stop. Hello, hello. Have you ever heard of the Dunstan baby language? It's 5 sounds all babies make, and it saved me when my son was born. There's a clip from Oprah back in the day. Total sanity savior. Wow. Elaine, I'm intrigued. Dunstan baby language. I'm going to write that down. Hadn't heard about that before. Sounds very compelling. Thank you. I'm going through a rough patch with one of my best friends who turned out not to be a friend at all. You're talking about this really helped. Well, good. I'm sorry that's the situation, but better to realize things than to go through life kind of not knowing truly where people stand, right? If everybody could just be really real with everyone else, like if everybody could let their coolness guard down, you know, especially in those school years, wouldn't we have all gotten along a lot better? Here's what I'm saying. If everybody could have been more vulnerable and really, like, wouldn't you love to just strip it all down, and maybe the biggest bully of the bunch would have said something like, "I'm really insecure, and this is what makes me feel powerful, so this is why I do this." You know, it's like if you could hear those words come from someone instead of having this wall up of having to be the coolest or the whatever. How are you going to pack your makeup for moving? Great question. I've taken a bunch of stuff off there. This room is really pretty bare. Like, I don't have a lot of this stuff sitting around anymore, except for just right there. But I've got a lot of containers with drawers, and I'm just going to, the way I moved with this stuff to begin with was taking some packing tape and just going right over it, and then moving this stuff not in like a big moving van, but in my own vehicle, just so, I don't know, it doesn't get jostled about with all other random things that are bigger and heavier and stuff. So, yeah, I intend to take a lot of these things and just leave them how they are, tape right over them, and go like that. Otherwise, I think I would go through so many cardboard boxes, dumping stuff in, completely losing my organization. So, just taping them up, and it worked for this. I mean, everything survived here from the last move, and I'm just moving across town. Whoop. So I think I'll make it. Good question. Whew. Gosh, it's 10:15. Cupcake says, meow. 360-degree tour. Where is she? Can you see her? Baker. There she is. Are you talking? Thinking somebody wants more food, but she's going to have to wait just 15 minutes. Oh, Holly says she didn't know if I talked about this before, but what's my favorite type of music? Bands or artists? I like a lot of different kinds. Like, maybe this will give you a sense. I have the Sirius XM radio in my car, and my preset stations are the Hits 1, 20 on 20, the Highway, which is country, Prime Country, which is older country, like 80s and 90s country, country from my childhood. Then I've got the 80s station and the 90s station. I love all that stuff. And specifically, like a couple of somebody who I'm really, really enjoying right now. Have you guys heard of Josh Kelly? Josh, Kelley, I believe it is. Am I right on that? He's got a great voice, and he's had some songs. His song called Amazing, it's years and years old. Not like ancient, but I think it may have come out early 2000s maybe. I love that song. Oh, probably one of my favorite songs of all time. And he's come out with some newer stuff recently. He remade Bruce Hornsby's Mandolin Rain, and it's a great, like, kind of countrified version of that, and it's so good. I love his voice. I've downloaded a bunch of random stuff of his off of iTunes that hasn't even ever been on the radio, so I love that. I love Carrie Underwood. I love Carrie Underwood's music. I also just love the concept of Carrie Underwood, you know? I love her story, how she was just this country girl living in rural Oklahoma who made something of herself, made herself well known, and here she is being someone who continues to, like, for her concerts, do her own makeup. I love that. I love hearing that some celebrity that you enjoy or look up to or whatever is doing very down-to-earth, normal person type of things, you know? Is that refreshing to anyone else? Do you find that? Like, when you hear about a certain celebrity who's like that, isn't it kind of like, oh, she's just like me? No. Just kidding. Carrie Underwood's way cooler than I am, but I enjoy her. And I think she's got a kill. What? What was that? I don't know. Oh, somebody's on my porch. Okay. Some box got dropped off, I believe, is what happened, because the porch is like right on the other side of that wall. Her version of So Small, that would be Josh Kelly's Amazing and Carrie Underwood's So Small. Those would be my two favorite songs of all time. I love the message in So Small. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling bullied, it totally goes along. It's the theme song for our whole conversation today. It's today's Beauty Broadcast Live in a song. He's married to Katherine Heigl. Thank you. I couldn't think of the celebrity woman he was with, but oh, Salamander, no way. She was named after the song Mandolin Rain. That's nuts. I love that song. I loved it when it was just Bruce Hornsby. I have that too, but I really love the new remake of it too. Show us old makeup that needs to be thrown away, or talk about when, maybe, or do you just want to see my old makeup? I could just kind of let the camera roll as I go through a weeding out process. I might speed up some of it. You see me going around real fast, like check this, check that. New pregnancy vlog, yes, coming soon with special information. I'm sorry, I've been not on the tweet chat enough. Earrings, these are from Target. They're like little hollow balls. I got them in a little multi-pack though. Ah. Oh, Raina works for the Kentucky State Vet and talked to a vet office in Chakotah once. That's Carrie's hometown. Oh, and was starstruck. That's cool. I sang Blown Away for a competition recently. Not a country fan, but I loved it. Yeah, that's a real, like, kind of pop type country song, isn't it? Gosh, this has been such an interesting day. Do you like Brad Paisley? Yes. I love his newest song, um, the Riverbank song. We're laughing all the way to the riverbank. And but all-time favorite Brad Paisley songs would have to be Little Moments. I won't sing it. And Mud on the Tires. Those are probably my two favorites from him. I love the older Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney. I mean, that's the music I remember listening to like every morning in high school, getting up, getting ready, and it was that. I'm trying to think of an example. 1 bottle of wine and 2 Dixie cups, 3 a.m. I fell in love. You know that song? That was my jam. High school, so love that. Do you ever feel like you're sitting there not like? I don't feel like I'm talking to a massive group of people. I feel like I'm talking to like one person right now. I'm so into what I'm saying. Spin around the makeup room. Ellie, I already did Face of the Day. You're gonna have to go back and watch it later. Oh yeah, Bottoms Up. Brantley Gilbert. I like that song, but you know what? I like what was his first song that came out that kind of made a name for himself? What was his first song? I really like that one. Okay, spin around the makeup room is where I spin around, I close my eyes, I grab out 5 random products, and I review them quickly for you. And we don't know what I'm going to pull out here. So I'm closing now. And I'm just where I need to spin more. I need to see if I can really, throw myself off here with what I'm reaching for. Okay. We'll take that. Take out 1. Come down here. Oh yeah. One down below. There's 3. Let's get another thing over here. There's 4, and then over here. Okay. Okay, I've got 5 things. Woo, all right. I've got an e.l.f. Hyper Shine Gloss in Candlelight. Do you guys like these? This one, kind of a golden peachy shade. I do like the Hyper Shine glosses. I think I went and did a blog post about a lot of the different ones that I have. But I like the application method. I find them less sticky than a Stila lip glaze. Some of them are going to be kind of sheer. Some of them are like a thin, more gel-like, transparent type product. This Candlelight's really pretty though. It's very peachy. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Peachy golden shade, so that's cool. The other lip product I pulled out was the Tarte Lip Surgeon's Lip Gloss in True Love. This is, I don't know, I like this shade, it's kind of one of those reddish but kind of sheer red type glosses. I do have the full line of these. Need to review those. I don't really love them as a whole. I find them kind of thick and sticky. The Anastasia Brow Fix, which is just a clear wax pencil. This is cool. This is great if you've got those brow powders and you want to give them something to cling to. But before you get this, you should know that Milani has gone and made the same dang thing for cheaper, same size. And it's called Milani Brow Shaping Clear Wax. So if you've got any brow powder or maybe even just a neutral brownish taupe, whatever works for your eyebrows type of eyeshadow, you can just kind of draw over the brow with something like this and then go add your product on top and you get more hold, you get a little more pigmentation. So What else? Milani face powder in light medium. This is the multitasker. Great coverage, really matte powder. If you haven't checked this out and you're into powder foundations and you want full coverage powder foundation, give her a look. And then the final thing I pulled out was my Burgundy Pearl NYX Shadow, which I'm not so sure is available any longer. This is so pretty. It had kind of reminded me of Max Cranberry, only with maybe more pink in it, less reddish, a little more pink right here. It's a pretty shade. Shimmery. Nice color, but again, NYX is kind of changing up their shadows, aren't they? But that's a fun shade to use to kind of blend out, almost like I use this coppery shade, you know? So, I moved my Kleenex. So, yay! That is Spin Around the Makeup Room. This necklace, where did this come from? Did I get this from... I got it when it was on Haute Look. And I'm not positive of what the brand was, but I think I put it... There was a video where I wore it, and I'm pretty sure I put it in the description box, so I'm going to need to check that. Goodness gracious, I'm so sorry if I missed your questions today. Oh, remind me, the Brad Paisley duet with Carrie Underwood. Yes. Love that song. A really, like, well-written song and just so perfect for their voices. Love it. Love Brad Paisley's and Keith Urban's guitar talent as well. Aren't they awesome? Just musicians. Sam Doe, I like true classic country as well as some of the newer stuff too. Yeah, I'm into both. I mean, I love when the country singers still have that real country twang in their voice, you know? The twang. Oh, Melissa B says, want to thank you. Appreciate that you don't shoot your videos with a downward camera angle. It distorts the angles and features of the face, and therefore the makeup doesn't look like real life. Thanks for shooting head-on news style. Awesome. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, I use a little, I've been asked about this before. I use a little tabletop tripod, and I sit it right here, like if this was where my camera was. Sit it right here in front of me and just start talking. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Checking the tweet chat real quick. Monique's here. Hi, Monique. She's gonna give herself detention. We don't want to punish anybody here. Because if you ever have to miss this, you can still go back and watch it. You know, it's not like you're live, but you can still watch it. Because it goes up. It started taking longer for the recorded version to go up. It's nothing I really have any control over. It just automatically will pop up. And I remember the last time we did this 2 weeks ago, it went up like mid to late afternoon one day randomly. So, yep. I will, but I keep an eye on it, and it should pop up in subscription feeds and such. So, my goodness, it's already 10:30, you guys. I thank you so much for joining me here. This was a lot of fun. Such interesting things that you brought up, aside from makeup, which is always fun. But it's really just fun chatting with you guys, and I feel so connected to you through this kind of thing. Something about it, just being able to chit-chat live as if we're all in the same room. At least that's what I like to pretend. Double checking this. Oh, Sarah Stone just tried the brulee under her eyes. Isn't that nuts? I tell you, this was something, if you've joined us recently, we're talking about how brulee, and this was a finding on the Musings of the Muse blog. She was talking about how this Wet n Wild matte brulee off-white eyeshadow gives just the same effect as Bare Minerals Well Rested. Think about it. Give it a try. If you're of the proper skin tone, you know, light, medium, give it a go. See how it works. Have you checked out the NYX Macaroon lipsticks? I have not. Beauty by Gigi's here. I'm sorry I missed your question. Oh, she asked if I've tried the clear lip liners. I'm sorry. It's kind of loading as I go here. I do have a clear like lip base type thing that I'm testing out right now from NYX to see if it keeps products from feathering outside the lip line. I'll show you that. I've got a couple different things. Bakey. She's brought a toy in and put it under a mat. The NYX Lip Primer is one that I'm trying. Also, the Milani Anti-Feathering Lip Liner, this is like a jumbo pencil and then an actual lip liner. And back in the day, Revlon Color Stay had a clear lip liner that I used all the time. And I don't know that it did that much. I think I just thought I was being really cool using the clear lip liner. This was like in college. So I guess short answer, Gigi, is that I am trying these. And I plan to review those and hopefully compare them for you guys. What do you use to whiten your teeth? I just use toothpaste. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the cat. I use the Crest 3D White Luxe, I believe it's called. And that seems to work pretty well just as is. I mean, I'm not wanting to do anything super chemically in my mouth, you know. I don't know if it's what the policy is, especially during pregnancy, to do the teeth whitening and whatnot. It might just be fine, but it's just easy for me. If I can get a good effect from a toothpaste, then I'll just do that, right? Bye, Salamanda. She may be gone for a while. Won't be the same without you. You're going to have to promise to join whenever we switch the times here and there. Tutorial on the clear wax thing. Yeah, I can do that. And another thing, just for right now, like if you have something like this or you're interested in it, for example, if you go to my Brow Envy video, in the time where I use the setting wax, what I would do is just replace it with this, just lightly go over the whole brow with the clear wax, and then take the powder right over it. So very, very simple, you know, real easy way to get use out of powders that you might have for your brows. Today's Beauty Broadcast Express review is on a little beauty tool, a really inexpensive but kind of cool little, not really a gizmo, but like it's not formally known as a gizmo, but just a beauty tool type thing. So keep an eye out for that a little later today. And thank you so much for just taking time to spend your morning here. It's so fun, and I will keep you posted on the next time doing this. I mean, just plan for the regularly scheduled time unless something comes up, and at which point I will probably make Saturday mornings like a backup time. Cupcake is going berserk. I need to help that cat. Okay, thank you guys. I love you. Have a great rest of your week and weekend. Have a safe weekend if you're out and about on the roads. And I will talk to you later. Love you. Bye.